In the 1980s, America was introduced to a car so cheap it seemed too good to be true. The Yugo GV promised affordability and simplicity for just $3,990. But as the saying goes, you get what you pay for. This is the story of the Yugo, the car that became a punchline. The Yugo was born in socialist Yugoslavia, produced by Zastava, a company known for manufacturing Fiat-based cars. The Yugo GV, short for Great Value, was essentially a rebadged Fiat 127, a model that had already been discontinued in Europe by the time it reached the US. The mastermind behind the Yugo's introduction to the US market was entrepreneur Malcolm Bricklin. His idea was simple: import a super cheap car that could undercut competitors like Ford and Toyota. And for a while, the plan worked. The Yugo's price tag of $3,990 made it the most affordable car in America. But there was a reason the Yugo was so cheap. Its build quality was notoriously bad. The car was prone to rust. Its interior was cramped and uncomfortable, and the materials used were so cheap and flimsy. Even basic features like the windshield wipers and door handles were prone to breaking. Under the hood, the Yugo GV had a 1.1-liter engine that produced a mere 55 horsepower. It struggled to reach highway speeds and was so unreliable that many owners found themselves stranded on the side of the road. Maintenance was a nightmare, and replacement parts were hard to come by. As if the mechanical problems weren't bad enough, the Yugo was also dangerously unsafe. In crash tests, it performed poorly, offering little protection to its occupants. Driving a Yugo wasn't just inconvenient, it could be downright dangerous. In fact, one of the most infamous Yugo stories involves a driver whose car was blown off a bridge by strong winds. In 1989, a woman driving a Yugo across Michigan's Mackinac Bridge tragically lost her life when her car, due to its lightweight and poor stability, was swept off the bridge by a gust of wind. This incident only added to the Yugo's growing reputation as a hazard on wheels. The Yugo quickly became the butt of jokes. Comedians and car enthusiasts couldn't resist poking fun at its lack of quality. Jokes like, "What do you call a Yugo with a sunroof? A dumpster?" became widespread. Even its affordability couldn't save it from ridicule. Sales started strong, but as word spread about its flaws, demand plummeted. By the late 1980s, dealerships were desperate to offload their unsold Yugos. Many cars were sold at a loss, and in 1991, production officially ceased after Zastava went bankrupt. So, what is the legacy of the Yugo? For many, it's a reminder of how not to cut corners in the car industry. But in a strange way, the Yugo has also gained a cult following. Today, enthusiasts look back on it as a quirky piece of automotive history, and some collectors even restore them as a nostalgic hobby. Despite its flaws, or maybe because of them, Yugo remains unforgettable. It's a car that taught us a valuable lesson. Sometimes, cheap isn't worth it.